What's happening, everybody? I'm Paul Sharp, and I want to talk to you today about fasting. If you have followed along on any of the things I've written over the years on discussion boards, forums, blog posts, social media, or you've heard me talk in person at seminars, events, things like that, I've probably at some point talked a little bit about fasting because people will ask. I thought I'd share with you my thoughts on where you should start if you're new to it, and some of the things I've done over the years to make it a little easier. Now, the starting point, I think, for everyone would be the 16 and 8. That would mean a 16-hour period where you fast, you don't eat anything, have some water, that kind of thing, but coffee, but no food for 16 hours. And then you have an 8-hour window where you eat. The reason I recommend people start there is because that's probably the easiest entry point. It fits in well with our life already. It's not like your family or your friends are gonna be like, hey man, let's go grab a quick bite to eat. And you have to say, well, I'm already past my 4-hour feeding window. I'm now back into my fast. I'll have a glass of water, but I can't eat with you guys. It's kind of non-intrusive. The 8-hour window gives you the opportunity to eat a breakfast, eat a lunch, and eat a dinner, and not disrupt your family life to a whole lot. I recommend people go with the 16 and 8 and see how that works for them. Maybe every now and then, if you can, throw in a 24-hour fast, but just keep it there, keep it simple, and just get used to this restriction on your feeding window. It's not a big imposition, and most people get some good results just with that simple change right there. The next step from there that I think people should take, if they want to take it a little further, is to either incorporate 1 or 2 days a week where they fast for 24 hours. Simple days, like a day where you don't have a whole lot going on with the family. Maybe if you're traveling or something, you choose to just fast for that 24 hours that you travel and get settled in somewhere. Something of that nature, where here and there, maybe once every 2 weeks or once a week, if you're adventurous, you plug in a 24-hour fast. Now, if you could do that twice a week, better, right? So plugging in that 24-hour gives you an opportunity to kind of test the waters on longer extended fasts, but it also doesn't take you away from what you're already doing, which is the 16 and 8. You can easily just start the clock again for an 8-hour feast at whatever time you feel like breaking the fast. That makes it easy, that makes it simple. The next step up from there, another simple push forward, is 18-hour fast, 6-hour window of feeding. Now we've narrowed the window a little bit, so maybe now what that means is you skip breakfast, you have lunch, and then dinner with your family. That's it. You're done for the day. 6 hours, you had the opportunity to eat whatever you wanted to eat during that 6-hour window, and now you have 18 hours where your body will fast, process, do all that good stuff, and just kind of without really trying, you will have a calorie deficit because it's hard to eat a whole lot in 6 hours. For me anyway, and for most of the people that I know. You eat a good meal, lots of protein, check all the boxes for your macros, your protein ratio, your carbs and fats. I'm pretty full for the next 3 hours. I might be able to eat again, but then by the time we get to where it's time to cut off eating for the day, I don't want to eat anyway. I'm still full. It's a good way to work it. Again, doesn't intrude on family life a whole lot because you just skip breakfast, have lunch at work, and then have dinner with the fam. You're good. Now, if you really want to push it, and this is getting closer to the OMAD territory, which is 1 meal a day, you fast for 20 hours and you have a 4-hour window to feast. Now, for me, that typically means I'm going to eat 1 meal, maybe a snack or two, but that 4-hour window, it's really difficult for me to eat much more than a meal and a snack. You will drop fat. You will lean out on that because it's just calorie restriction, right? Calories in, calories out. You are going to have to be very careful to get your macros dialed in to make sure you're getting all the protein you need to get to sustain the muscle that you're carrying, as well as the carbs to give you the energy, the brain food, all that good stuff that you're going to need for whatever you do for a living and for hobbies. The next thing after that is now this one's tough. I have done this one for short durations, just to really lean out, to get to a certain body fat percentage, to change my composition rapidly. And that is a 36-hour fast with a 12-hour feeding window. That's a tough one. That one will test you. I have done that multiple times over the years. It's a 36-hour fast, 8 in the morning for me. For example, 8 in the morning to 8 in the morning is 24, to 8 at night is 36. Well, at that point, I don't really want to eat. I'm going to bed in a couple hours. I got to be up early. I don't really want to eat anything that's going to disturb my sleep. And it really turns into a 48 hours with a 12-hour feeding window. The next day, 8 in the morning, or whatever time you get up, whenever you can, you get your first snack in, some meals, and then before you know it, you're right back at that cutoff again. That one is tough. For all of these, I would recommend that you supplement with Element or some sort of electrolyte drink during the fast. During the fast period, what I have found to kind of cut the cravings down, make it a little easier to get through that part, I drink a lot of water, but I have to supplement that water with electrolytes. So I'll put some sort of mix in there. For me, it's Element. I just ordered online. It's tasty. It gets me all the electrolytes I need. I put that in one of these. This is a 32-ounce water bottle, and I just throw some Element in here and slam it. I'll drink about 5 or 6 of these when I'm fasting, especially the 36-hour fast. I will drink a lot. I'll drink close to 2 gallons of water a day with Element mixed in to help me retain that, also to keep my energy levels balanced out. I will drink black coffee. Sugar, sweetener, anything like that in the coffee is counterproductive for the fast. It just causes some issues for me, so I stay away from it. Other people put some honey and some green tea and have that, and they don't seem to have issues. But for me, black coffee or coffee with a little cream, no sweetener, we're good. I can have 3 or 4 cups of that and then get on with my day, and then the rest of my day is water with Element in it. That's about it as far as what I do to get through the fasting period. Now, when it comes time to feast, the first thing I do is I eat all of my protein. I know that doesn't sound like the best idea, but I get all of my protein in before, because I want to make sure that I have enough of an appetite that I will get the protein I need before the window closes. Now, if it's a 12-hour window versus an 4-hour window, it's a little easier to do. But either way, I want to make sure I get that protein. That's what I need. The carbs are great. I need the carbs too. But again, the protein is what keeps me satiated throughout the fast. Think about that. To me, that's more important, because that keeps me from binging, that keeps me from going off the rails and breaking my fast, eating things I shouldn't eat. So it keeps me away from sugar and all that stuff. That's pretty much everything, I would think. The only other thing is, if you are, like I'm in the Orthodox Christian tradition, we fast on Wednesdays and Fridays. So, and that's typically a vegan type fast, so no meat, animal products of any type on Wednesdays and Fridays. For me, I just turn it into a fast. I turn it into a 24-hour fast. So I'll have my last meal Tuesday night. I will fast Wednesday into Thursday, and then Thursday I'll break my fast. So that gives me 2 days a week there where I have a 24-hour fast. That works really well. I am not, caveat to that, I am not competing in anything. I am not competing in jiu-jitsu, powerlifting, strongman, and none of that stuff. I'm not a performance athlete. I'm an athlete. I train every day. I train as if I'm an athlete, but I'm not competing. That might change if I were to compete. So I would just add that there. Just be mindful of that. If I were to Or if you are a competitive athlete, maybe on Wednesdays and Fridays you would still have the vegan meals, which you can get plenty of protein, plenty of good nutrients during the Wednesday, Friday fast. If you're an Orthodox Christian, you can still get through lentils and all that stuff, some good nutrition. Check all the boxes for your macros and all that stuff. But for me, I just don't eat. It's easier. Man, I think that's about it. If you have any questions on this, just let me know, put it in the comments or send me a message. I like to use fasting, especially for myself, for the people that I train. I like fasting for a few things, for a few reasons rather. I like it for the mindset piece. It helps you control the controllables, which is really important for mindset. We are always working on controlling the controllables, the things that we can control. I want to control. But the things that are out of my control, the things that are unable to be controlled by me, I need to control my response to those things. It's an important training piece for that. And then also for body composition and regulation of weight, fasting is a phenomenal tool. I hope you guys got a little something out of this, and I'll see you on the next one.